There is a big problem with YouTube at the moment. Now, I understand that this video may reach a lot of people that don't know me. And truth be told, I am a nobody. I'm a nobody to you. But I am a content creator on YouTube. Not a very popular one at all. I've only got about 500 subs, so what does my opinion matter? Well, this problem affects everyone. If you're a content creator on YouTube, even if you have one subscriber, it affects you too. I make this video now because I have things I'd like to say and things I can't just leave unsaid. I want to talk about this subject because it's a serious topic. I was about to get back into the whole YouTube scene. I was ready to tackle it. I was ready to make some really good videos. I had some lined up. I've been recording stuff and I've been making backlogs of videos. And I have to put all of that on hold and they may never even see the light of day now. I may never make a video on YouTube again. That's how serious this is. And I know, oh, woe is me, I'm not making content anymore. What's the big deal? No, it's not just me. This issue affects a lot of people. A lot of people. If it can affect me, a small-scale YouTuber with 500 subs, if it can affect me as seriously as this, let alone the big-name creators out there, because it affects everyone on a same and equal level, then it is serious. For those who don't know, I'll fill you in briefly now. Basically, YouTube has been fined a significant sum of money for the trafficking of children's information, basically. The FTC has a law in place that makes it so that it protects children under the age of 13 online. It means that their personal information, their address, their phone numbers, or any sort of bank details, I know they probably wouldn't have banks or whatever, but any personal information like name or address is strictly forbidden from being sold, basically. Which makes perfect sense, People over the age of 13, adults especially, our information is sold so that we can get personalized ads through things like cookies. And I'll come back to cookies because cookies are the important factor in all of this. YouTube sort of had a very sort of lenient way of, basically they got in trouble because they were still selling this information. Children under the age of 13 were having their addresses and names. They were being sold to companies to get personalized ads. So the FTC put a stop to this, quite seriously. So YouTube got fined, and they've taken a back seat on everything. The FTC is, I'd like to basically put it bluntly, they're basically going to start running YouTube now. Well, how does that affect me and my content? Well, you see, YouTube's put in place a very lenient and poor system that means you have to label, whenever you upload a video, is it aimed at children? Is this kid-friendly content? You have to specify yes or no. That's all. Yes or no. And if you label it wrong, if you label it as no, this content isn't for children, I say the fuck word. And I am going to swear in this video. I will say fuck to make sure that this video doesn't get me in trouble, I do have to actually swear in videos now, and even then that doesn't mean my channel and content is safe. Yeah, if you label your video as for not children under the age of 13, if the FTC decides otherwise, they don't have to watch your whole video. They don't have to realize that you say the F word in it or whatever. They can go by your title, they can go by your thumbnail, and they can go by the first few minutes of your video or something like that. If the factor is, if they decide that your video can be shown to kids, whether you think otherwise or not, whether other people think otherwise or not, if the FTC decides it, you as a creator, not YouTube, not anyone else, can be sued for it. Not only will you lose your channel, just your channel is gone. Everything you've created, gone. Deleted. Bye-bye. $42,000. I'm pretty sure it's a bit more than that, but that's just sort of I've rounded it down. I've rounded it down. $42,000 fine per video on your channel that they deem as kid-friendly. Now, the reason this is such a big problem is because it's so vague. Everything is really vague. I'm going to use my channel as an example of why I can't make content anymore at the moment. One of the key elements in determining whether the video or channel content is aimed at kids is animated characters or cartoon characters. I know, it's ridiculous. I've seen so many animations on YouTube with extremely mature themes that might just fall under the kid-friendly content that the FTC deems suitable for children. You know, it's ridiculous. I wonder, for example, Hot Diggity Demon. He makes animations, they're cartoons, but they are not kid-friendly. I make Overwatch videos, and I came to the realization that Overwatch is a 12+ rated game. What does that mean for me? Does that mean that any video I make on Overwatch, the FTC will just deem as kid-friendly because it's 12+? When their restrictions are labelled at 13 and under? I don't know. I don't know, and there's no way to find out. Do you know what YouTube say to this? They say, seek legal help to find out. Seek a lawyer to determine whether your video is labelled as kid-friendly. Now, there's a video I'm going to link in the description down below, and there's an image for it up here. It is a very good video that will explain this all properly to you, and I highly suggest you look it up, because there's also a petition in the description of the video that you should please, and I beg of you to sign, not for my sake, for the sake of the platform. He's a lawyer, and he doesn't know. He's looked into this extensively, and because of how vague everything is written, there's no way for him to know whether something is deemed under this category or that category. He hasn't a clue. There's no way of knowing. Another thing on my channel, what's my avatar? It's a picture of Chrysalis, which is from My Little Pony. Basically. It's my own sort of OC thing to avoid sort of legal disputes in that because the horn is different, yada yada yada, whatever. The face of my channel is a cartoon character that can also be linked to a show for children. Does that mean my whole channel is now kid-friendly, despite me saying fuck and shit, among other things? I've said before. I know, I said it's blatantly here. I'm just making sure this video isn't gonna get me fined. That's how seriously stupid this system is right now. This is how serious the problem is on YouTube. Because you, with 1 subscriber, whether you're making money on your videos or not, monetized or otherwise, you could be fined for it. Because you're on their platform making this content that could be viewed by children. And you've not made it clear. Or you have made it clear, but the FTC decides otherwise. $42,000. And I know I'm British and I work in pounds. Maybe it doesn't affect me. No, of course it affects me. It doesn't matter. Whether I'm in another country or not, the fine is the same. I wanted to make a video on it, explaining it, because I want to make other videos. There's other content I want to create. And I can't do that now. Because I don't know where I sit. Like, I could make a really not kid-friendly video on Overwatch, but the fact I'm making a video on Overwatch, I don't know. Sorry about that, my recording software froze for a minute. I wondered what had happened. I didn't want to risk it. I don't know whether that will fall under the FTC's kid-friendly rule. So, all I advise for anyone, any content creators out there that happen to watch this video, and I really appreciate you doing so, is to just check through your channel now. Save yourself. Remove content that you can define as kid-friendly. Well, don't remove it, at least unlist it. I've done the same. I've had to remove a video I really liked, that not a lot of people have seen. I've had to remove Sigma Quest, which is a Brody Quest version in Overwatch, whatever. I've had to remove that because it contains a cartoon character, I guess, animation, so it's an animated character, and it is kid-friendly. A kid could watch it and enjoy it. There's no swearing, there's no nothing. So, I've had to remove that. Where are we? Where do we stand? We don't. So, all I ask is if you could please check out that video. Links are in the description, and sign the petition that is linked on that video description. It would be greatly appreciated, and it could make all the difference to how content is viewed on YouTube from now on. Because if the FTC basically takes over, as they are, we're screwed. Content on YouTube changes dramatically. Creators don't know where they stand. You know, what do you do? So thank you all so much for watching, if you have even made it this far, that is. And, well, I hope to see you soon.